I want to say I'm excited for the next season, but I have no idea when it starts. So without a date, I can't say I'm excited about anything. But this should be fun. There's what, like, realistically, in the West, 4 teams still. Like, whatever happened with the Clippers happened, but that's still a team that you got to worry about. Now the Nuggets seem somewhat serious, and we're about to see another off-season jump for Michael Porter Jr. Maybe Bowl, doubt it, but maybe Bowl. And then we still got the Lakers. Is there another team that I'm missing?
Golden
Just for the
State.
West? Oh, Golden State. Sorry, it was a rough season. They had a rough season, bro.
Yeah, but like they were all hurt and they weren't trying to win, but like they're getting Klay Thompson back, Steph Curry back, and they just threw in their Andrew Wiggins, who like already averages 20 points a game too. So like they're gonna be good.
All I'm saying is they were.
I'm sorry, but just to me, and maybe I'm selling them short because, and like I know like their moves and whatever that they're trying to make or whatever, but like that doesn't, and like maybe but like it doesn't sound to me like a team that can win a title. Maybe that's just me.
I don't hate him, but like he's not my favorite. But I can't go against Steph Curry. So like he's competitive. He's been competitive for what, the last 7 years? Like strong competitive for at least 8 years. And I'm just like, until he plays a whole season where he's healthy and his team's healthy, and then they just lose, I can't go against him because he just been winning and winning and winning this entire time. And like they lost Kevin Durant, but they won before they had Kevin Durant. So like, I don't know. It's very strange, right? It's very strange, but they're gonna be good. If the Nuggets gonna be good, they're gonna be good.
Like I don't think they'll necessarily be bad. I just don't. It just doesn't sound. It just doesn't sound to me like, just to hear like a title contending team right now. Like one of them, like they sound like one of them teams like a piece away. It's like I know Curry is like he's a very good player, and Clay is a very good player, but like and maybe it's just because like they were hot garbage this season, but like it does, like I don't think they have the supporting like they don't have the supporting cast like they had in past years.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. That they were so bad this year that it's kind of just like lost in the minds of a good amount of people. But once you remember that they have two of the top 3 best shooters of all time, arguably, Steph Curry being one, and just from a spot-up shooter, you can make an argument that Klay Thompson's a better shooter than Steph Curry. So, like, once you remember that, you're like, oh, this team's not like a real thing. They're just different. Like, they have 2 all-time great shooters on their team that just shoot threes whenever. Klay Thompson making 50 points with 3 dribbles. You know what I mean? Like it's they're just different. And we forgot about them because like Draymond Green was the leading person on the team. But like,
just
when they all come back, they all being everybody else, they're gonna be something. And they have a high draft pick.
Well, it's like my understanding is they're trying to like move it to like a win now type of like a veteran or whatever. But like I personally think they should hold on to it and get Wiseman, but maybe they seem to think differently.
I mean, they should hold on to it and get a athletic, skilled big man, but maybe that's, I don't know. But like, that is a win now move. So if they did that, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? But you never know actually what they're gonna do. You don't know what they're gonna do. But that would be the best move to get Wiseman. But yeah, they're gonna be in contention next year, and it's gonna be interesting to see for sure. Yeah. Also, Kuzma's trash.
we know that. We watched the Lakers. So that's 4 legitimate teams that could come out the West. And is it realistically 5 now? In the East, we got the Celtics. I can't count out the Raptors yet. I know
Celtics, Raptors, Heat, 76ers, and
we still gotta put Milwaukee in there.
Milwaukee, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Indiana's not.
Yeah, nah.
Who's
Especially with, apparently Victor Oladipo won't out. So
imagine? Yeah, I would. I'd want out too.
but I remember us talking about free agency. I don't exactly know. I don't exactly know if he's a free agent this summer, but I could see him messing around and being with
Mm.
Jimmy. Like neither one of them can shoot for real, so that's probably going to be somewhat of an issue. But they both try really hard. Like that's basically the same deal. That's going to be a lot. That's gonna be hard to mess with if that happens. But we realistically have like 9 teams. There's like tiers within that, but there's realistically like 9 teams that have a chance.
But 76ers need to address the whole how their roster is set up.
I will,
Um,
but like Tobias Harris has his best year with Doc Rivers. So I think Doc Rivers probably knows how to bring the best out of him, and Doc Rivers can like literally just like, yeah, Embiid, I coached Kevin Garnett. You're nobody to me, so I'm gonna need you to be on the block, be a defensive stopper, and not shoot so many threes. You know what I mean? Like Doc Rivers has like that kind of clout.
I mean, like the thing is though, like because I think an issue they had, and I've mentioned this before, and I mentioned it I think just last week, is it like one of the issues, especially considering that Simmons, until further notice, both refuses to and probably can't shoot threes. And so long as that's the case, they need more shooting around them than they currently have. So like they probably need, like they realistically need to move Horford and probably Harris. And it has nothing to do with whether or not like they're good players. They like Horford's fine, Harris is a good player. It's just like trying to get more players around them that can spread out and allow them to like work around the like in the paint and around the rim, like without like without causing spacing issues.
Yeah, Horford was a disappointment. Point blank period. Horford was a disappointment. He couldn't gel with Embiid. But once again, I truly think Brett Brown was just that bad. Like I think I don't think Brett Brown was a good coach whatsoever. And I think that Doc Rivers, you can hate him or like him, think he's overrated, whatever, blah blah blah. But he's proven to like bring like if you're already great, he's been proven to like sustain that greatness. And if you're good, he's been proven to like, you know, at least bring the best out of you, right? Um, in some way, shape, or form. But like to know that you can't just look at one season with the Clippers this past year as like, you know, the sample. Like, because you look at this year, you got to look at the Clippers last year too and what they did, and that's just like it's different. But like, you can't just use 1 year samples to just like critique a man who is like he's like crazy high on the all time wins list for NBA head coach. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. But also I kind of think Doc Rivers doesn't get the respect he deserves as well in a sense because you have too many people who are going to go against him because this year for the Clippers, and you have that other people that like think or that remember like the 2008, 9, 10 season with the Celtics, and you're like, man, you only won one championship, but then they always forget like Kevin Garnett was hurt that whole last year, and then like the year after that, like LeBron goes to the Heat. You know what I mean? Like it's all these different things. Like, okay, come on now. Like you can't. Doc Rivers is a really, really, really good coach, and he generally does the best he can with what he has. It's not his fault that playoff P is trash. You know what I mean? It's not his fault that he nervous. You know what I mean? Like Doc Rivers can't
What
control
about the
that.
3-1 leads, Philip? What
Huh?
about the 3-1 leads? Hasn't he hasn't he blown 3 of them? Isn't that a concern?
No, because like you gonna cause Mike, they they blow a 3-1 lead. A team blows a 3-1 lead. You gonna blame the coach for all three of those losses? At some point, you gotta blame the players because them players don't got no pride. You know what I mean? At some point, you just gotta blame the players because like that's not good. You know what I mean? But you know, they're
And
not
I
all
also
responsible. What I'm saying.
and like I would also maintain regardless of whether you hold it against him or not. Like, there still aren't that many coaches in the league better than him, regardless of the fact that like he might have blown some 3-1 leads. It's like who how many dudes are actually better than him?
That's true, and I'll always support a black head coach in the NBA. So I'll never talk down about a black head coach in the NBA. So I'm pretty solidified in that one. Go Doc Rivers. Boo Brett Brown.
Or
Boo in the